Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu, brothers and sisters. My name is Muhammad, the man who puts his trust in Allah, his chosen messenger, and the most glorious Holy Quran. I was born in Kano, Fegi local government to be precise, around 1958. So that puts me to at 68 today. I went to primary school called Kurna Primary School where I started my early education. Then for some reason we moved into the city where I continued my primary education at Kwali Primary School. From primary school at Kwali Primary School, we went to school, a post-primary institution called the Kano Educational Development Center in Kano. After my education, I went to the School of Basic Studies in Zaria, Ahmad Bello University Zaria, where I graduated. The course was the equivalent of HSC or A levels before gain admission into the degree program. After my 4 years experience at ABU Zaria, Department of Art and Industrial Design, I went for my national service in Cross Rivers, and after which I got a job at the Ministry of Education, Kano, Kano Institute of Higher Education, at the School of Technology. As a lecturer 3, I taught, although it was very brief, 1 year or 2 years, I gained admission into Manchester Textile Institute in England. After my studies, I came back to my job as a lecturer, promoted to lecturer 2, and then before I went back again, at this time, Leeds University in England, the university which hatched Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate. I decided to stay behind because I got a job with the Citigroup. At that time, it was the biggest bank in the world. The job as a financial consultant with an affiliate of that bank called Citicorp British National. Again, it was a good job. As a financial consultant, my job was to raise loans, sell insurance policies to businesses who wanted to raise capital for their businesses. This job took me to places like Italy, Malta, Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. I left the organization voluntarily because my dad wanted me to be close to him, so I came back to Nigeria. On my return, I got myself involved with politics. At that time, General Babangida had got two political parties, the NRC, National Republican Convention, and Social Democratic Party. I contested for the senatorial seat, Kano Central senatorial seat, but did not make it. However, years later, I created a party called the All Nigeria People's Party. Remember, ANPP was changed to APC. APP, sorry. And after which I did not contest because I told my wife that I was not going to contest for any office. But what was important at that time, and I'm proud of it, was that I created a party, the ANPP, which later was again accepted as All Nigeria People's Party. However, I continue with my businesses of foreign exchange at WAPA, a business which my father created. Later, I still felt that I should go back to politics, and this time UNDP, under the chairmanship of Saleh Jumbo, was seeking for registration, which Obasanjo at that time denied, based United Nations Development Program, which was the name which Obasanjo felt should not be registered. So I brought my own name, which is the UMPP, United National People's Party, UMPP, and that gave me the chance to contest for the governorship election in Kano. Although that too, I did not make it to the primaries. But one thing that is important, and one thing that I should thank God, was that I became involved with the democratic system in this country. However, after which I decided to go back to my businesses, and being a Quranic reciter, a man who learned the Quran at an early age, I decided to go back to God, to start seeking for Allah's intercession, Allah's blessings, Allah's mercies, and helping people who were in distress, people who wanted Allah's divine intervention. And I decided to give my contribution there. And believe me, that really worked, and I felt that was what I needed to do in my life, my remaining life, time in this life. However, to cut things short, I started to write books on Islam. My first 3 books are Adwoy Mimune, or Supplication of the Believers in English, but written in Hausa with the Arabic text. These books are very fat books containing all supplications, drawn from the glorious Holy Quran, Hadith, and the 99 names of Allah. However, I still did not stop there. I authored another book called Death and Resurrection, the Muslim Perspective. This is a much fatter book, 600 plus pages, 30 something pages. It's a book on death, creation, taking of life, the blessings and punishment of the grave, the questioning in the grave, the hereafter, the resurrection day, and so many things. This is a very good book, a very big book, which tells you everything about what you need to know about life and death, good deeds, bad deeds, paradise, hellfire, and what have you. It's an educative book, a book meant for research, good for research material, and a lot of scholars, have read the book, and they found it very important, very interesting. The book is still in the process of launching. I haven't got the funds now, but I'm hoping very shortly, when the time comes, I will have this book launched. Already there are copies in the Prophet Muhammad's library in Medina. Then I still continue to author another book, and this time it is Islam, the Religion of Allah, Volume 1, Volume 2. Then I authored 2 also more books, Cure of Disease and Ailment by Means of Supplication from the Glorious Holy Quran, Hadith and the 99 Names of Allah, Volume 1 and 2. Another very interesting book also is Supplication of the Believers. This is an English version with many du'as, supplications drawn from the Quran, Hadith and the 99 Names of Allah. And then another one, which I am still proud of, is Prophet Muhammad, the best in Allah's creation. In other words, Prophet Muhammad, Khair Khalqillah Ajma'in. This is a very fat book, but divided into 2 volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So all in all, I have to continue to thank Allah for all the blessings, for all His mercies, and for making me dedicate my life right now in the worship of Allah, in turning to Allah for His mercies. Muhammad, 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 the man who puts his trust in Allah, His chosen messenger, and the most glorious Holy Quran. My number is +2348033154844. My second number is +2348023111384. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Allah, for giving me Islam.